Well, today is Sunday. I'm going to be starting promoting Arielle Livetv back again to ourlivestreamers.com. So if you want to have your own shows, come and check it out. Stop by at 1601 South Rainbow Suite 250. Anyway, today I will have a guest, and this guy has been doing a streaming since day one when the streaming is not accessible. But on that time, he was the engineer and created the black box to do the streaming. So I want to welcome Dennis Matthews. Come on in, Dennis. This way. Of course, he covered my camera. Anyway, Dennis, when did you come up to have this streaming before?
Well, initially, I started in 1989. Before the internet was developed, we were streaming on 36.6 modems into Michoacan, Mexico. And from that point, we started to look at churches. I was in the Marine Corps. I had got out of the Marine Corps. Ended up going home to my grandmother's church, St. James Baptist Church in Huntsville, Alabama. And I thought about what I could do for God. You know, being a Marine, you know how, very dangerous situations. So I decided to give my life to God at that point. My grandmother always wanted me to go to her church, but I was there and from the Marine Corps, and I decided that these little churches, like my grandmother's church, had no way to bring in the stream live at that time. You had big churches that would have TV evangelists. And so little churches like my grandmother's church were beginning to die because of all the young kids coming out.
I'm here, not there. Are you talking to someone there? But anyway, I know you were in the Marine. The reason I will not introduce you anymore because everybody knows you already. So we'll just talk about the streaming. Why do you think on that time that people doesn't even care, and now everybody cares, and everybody are making so much money doing streaming, live streaming, and podcasts, and everybody are like cooking, mukbang, and then commercial, Now it's a popular, but but the program that you created is basically can trigger to all social media. Other people are only using one social media like YouTube, okay, like Facebook, like Twitter, or like any other social media, but they can only use one. On the program that you're being created is basically can trigger to all aspect of social media. Like today, it's actually sent to our livestreamer.com.
Correct.
And I posted it to YouTube, and also I posted it on Facebook. So. Correct. On the black box that you created, this one we can send it to all the world that they can actually use it and access the shows that we have now.
Exactly. Well, let's go back to your first question. Your first question initially was in relationship to streaming in general. Okay, so
Correct.
Let me go back to what the black box is and why we are still ahead of our time. The black box initially was developed back in 1989 by me, before anyone was doing streaming. The concept was to take the technology and take it to places that don't have internet and don't have capabilities of streaming. So from that standpoint, we started to look at who and what and how. So who will be the satellite network in different countries like Africa that don't have that capability. So our primary objective was to take the black box, not to put it here in the United States. In the United States, you can stream as long as you got internet, but if you don't have no internet, the concept of the black box was to take it into Africa, take it into Dubai, take it into places where the internet is not as strong or not at all, and use satellite capability to do that. And we're still a leader in that. Okay. Now you said, okay, what about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? All these social medias was not around when I started streaming. Each one come up. So your third question and stuff is why? Well, because of COVID-19, most people used to think streaming was just fun, and nobody knew what it was. But because of COVID, it has made it a reality. because people can't go to events anymore because because of COVID spreading. And give you an example, UFC, mixed martial arts. They had no one come into their facility, and the first time they started doing streaming, they made $150 million streaming one night. So the UFC made that type of money. And then the wrestling, WWE, said, well, if UFC can make that type of money, we can do it too. So they didn't bring anybody in because of COVID. They made $250 million in one night. So that's why now everybody's doing streaming now, trying to do streaming now, because now it's not a fad, it's not an idea, it's reality. You can reach millions of people anywhere in the world using streaming where you can't do that with TV. So that's where everybody's going now.
So the black box that you actually invented and created, I saw that you had this satellite also that connected to that. Right. You don't need an internet anymore if you had that satellite to actually stream.
Well, you do need internet, so let me explain.
No, the other we
got two parts of the black box, so let me explain. We have a dish or satellite platform, okay? That allows you to connect to a satellite anywhere in the world.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, the satellite.
And then we have a little box, which is basically a very integrated little system, full computer system, that is big as your hand, and it has software such as vMix and other software, editing software in the box itself. So what it does, it connects to camera. The cameras connect to the box connects to the satellite and create the internet in that area. So you can stream when you are in Africa and other places that don't have internet. So if you can't use your cell phone, then you can't stream. But our system allows you to create that internet without having the internet being there. You understand? The panel creates the internet. So our box right now is still very important because in countries like Ukraine right now, give you an example, Ukraine is in a war with Russia. Russia is knocking down all the communications. That means cell towers. So how can they communicate? They can't unless you send a box and a panel up, and now you can stream live news from Ukraine, even though all the cell towers are down. So that's the box is still very important nowadays. Even more important because more people are starting to use it and be aware of it.
Well, but you're still gonna need the internet.
And that's what we do. That's what our box is, independent. Right now, all the social media, you got to have internet.
Correct.
Right? But what happens you're out in Africa, there's no internet.
Correct. Philippines, we don't have much good system of the internet.
And you got to have
We're struggling still.
You have to have reliable internet. I don't know if you ever been on a computer, it's real slow because the internet is real. So in order to stream, you got to have a good bandwidth in order to stream.
Correct.
So here's the difference. I want you to like close your eyes and like you way out in the desert, and you ain't got no internet and nothing out there. That's when our black box plays a very important role. You send that black box into the desert. Now you have internet with my black box and that panel. So it creates a communications system in the middle of nowhere. And we still do that today. We have systems. Right now we stream into 162 countries. And let me explain that because it sounds like who can do that? Really, it's relationships that we built over many years. We work with the United Nations. United Nations called us in Los Angeles to do an empowerment at the empowerment building to stream climate change. So and I said, okay, you want us to stream for you, you need to give us a database. Who your clients? We want to be able to target your clients, right? So they said, okay, Mr. Matthews, we'll give you our database so you can stream, so you can let everybody know to watch climate change. So that's how we become on 162 countries. We have clients that have a database, such as we had B.B. King Universal, we had the Century Club. All these ones had databases. We took those databases and merged it into one database. And so that's how we created 162 countries, because we had access to all these people's emails in different countries that we emailed out to watch us. So that started to, then we signed up where we are independently monitored to see who's actually watching. And it's like Google, but it's global. So we know that we are able to reach countries that nobody else can reach. We know our systems can do. It's still the most advanced system.
Well, the reason I would like to discuss this because not only people know about this, the live streamers, the black box that was created by Dennis, that basically if you're, as he said, if you're in a, like, out of the country or anywhere around the world that doesn't have access to use the internet, you have that satellite.
Exactly. And the black box, because satellite works together.
So satellite in the black box, we're going to be using that to our live streamer coming up on May 13, 14, 15. This is the Las Vegas Filipino-American Festival owned by Mike and Judith Bolda, and also the concert that we have, Let's Have a Good Time, that's going to be May 21 at Alexis Park. So you guys can see the satellite and the black box can do. Basically, as he mentioned, so out of the blue or out of the country or out of nowhere, you can still access the streaming or send a message around the world where you're at. But you had to have these two together, the black box and the satellite together, the panel.
So let me just say something else. First of all, I want to thank you. Sunday, my birthday is tomorrow, 25th, April 25th. But God has given me an opportunity to be able to travel to different countries. I went to East West Africa, I've been to Japan, I've been to Dubai. And what I'm saying is that it's a reality that now streaming has become the forefront. But we don't only started streaming. I'm the godfather of streaming reality. But we also decided to do pay-per-view. It is very difficult, and people are still trying to understand pay-per-view. A lot of people tried it, it screws. So we are professionals in pay-per-view. And how we started doing pay-per-view, I don't know if you ever heard of the Century Club, Dr. Dre and Century Club. Well, we were streaming at the Century Club. You know, when you see 50 Cent, all I'm talking about, the Century Club, we had a system in the Century Club that was streaming. When Katrina hit down in Louisiana, we raised money through pay-per-view to help artists to come out to California because of the storm hit down there. So we perfected streaming pay-per-view, and now we can stream. It's two different things. I want you to understand. You have streaming, which almost everybody can do nowadays. You can do it with a phone and stuff. But the difference between our black box, we create the internet when there's no internet. Okay, so let's take that, what that really is. In another country, we put the box there, and we can stream if they ain't got no internet. The second thing that we did, we integrated pay-per-view, which is very difficult to do. So we end up getting ASCAP, BMI, all these different authorizations because you got to have doing the pay-per-view, the BMI, ASCAP.
If you're going to use their
music. No, well, yeah, most music.
Or something
well, I'm just saying, we perfected pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Not just pay-per-view. A lot of people get misunderstanding. There's pay-per-view that they do on your cable channels. Like with Mike Tyson from the fight, you can order from your cable company pay-per-view. That's not what we're talking about. Ours is global pay-per-view.
Yeah, we did a pay-per-view on some of the shows we did.
Right.
And the pay-per-view that we have, you can access anywhere around the world. So all we have to do is send you the link. And like this event coming up, we're going to be using pay-per-view. And we can charge minimal amount.
Right.
Whatever amount you want, $1, $1.99, $2, $3, $4, $5. So in any event, so you want to have your own pay-per-view rather than going to Cox or rather than going to the bigger company. We can provide pay-per-view. And
here's the reality of it is that you now can do pay-per-view with us, right? Be seen, be heard, get paid. That's our model with live streamers, right? That means if you got something unique that you want the world to see and you want to be paid, you come to us. You sign a consultant agreement with us, and we'll put out one of our boxes or one of our systems, and we can stream, but you get 50%. There's nobody else doing that. There's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Nobody is offering a shared revenue of 50% of what you're doing. So you could be anybody and come to us, and now you can be able to not only take the streaming, but make revenue. And that's unique from any other Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. None of them are doing what we're doing, because we are the future of the internet.
See, that's the beauty about it. The live streamers, a lot of people is streaming through YouTube only, right? So let's say a lot of doing cooking shows, drama. Ellen DeGeneres already has YouTube channel. Oprah has that channel also, YouTube channel. But everybody doesn't do any live. Maybe some doing live, but they do editing. So on our live streamers, it's completely live.
Completely live.
Completely live, and you can stream around the world. So let's say you want to have your shows back to the Philippines, and since the internet there is so slow, you need to have our black box and the satellite together.
Correct.
So you guys can stream no matter what. And you can also bring other people from other countries that cannot be in your studio or your location. We can put them in together without them to be at your studio or to where you at. So that's the beauty about it, of the live streamer black box and also the satellite. So that's combination system.
And we are starting something else. We just started, I don't know if you heard of metaverse right now. Everybody's a tag word. But we're not just talking about it. We're going into it full phase. We're joining with Live, which is a internet concerts. MetPit Live, Mospit Live, I'm sorry. Mospit Live have done concerts. And millions of young people that's watch these concerts, you can upload yourself into the concert.
Well,
so we're starting to bring.
Concert, hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I wanna interrupt that. Okay, hashtag The Hangouts, sponsored by Arielle Livetv, of course, and hashtag The Hangouts, and the live streamers will be out there to stream this, and so that some of your loved ones cannot see you in person, they can access it through pay-per-view. I think we only charge $3.99, right?
Yes, it was a minimum, something, yeah, very, very low.
So it's affordable for you guys to watch the 60s, the Five Tempting Men, Melodic, and then the Doo-Woppers. And of course, my loving girl, the rock diva of the Philippines. She's actually famous on the split. She does the split. This is Mystica. Hi Mystica, she's gonna see me tomorrow. I can't wait to see you. Love you. And also, Eddie Clorix is also an inventor, and he has this Eternity Band. And he is a 3 times drumming and a scholarship winner. So he will be performing there. And of course, Jimmy Allgood, of course, from Tennessee, right?
He's from Tennessee, for sure.
Yeah, he's famous there, and he's going to be performing here in Las Vegas. And Jonalyn also. She's going to be performing. And I'm so sorry to Monique. Monique cannot be able to join us, but she probably gonna be there. And Bon also. And Taki's supposed to be part of it, but I think she's not gonna make it. So, hey, everybody welcome. It's the diversity. So let's go back to the pay-per-view, Dennis.
So
people can access it.
Let me explain. There's a new dynamics that y'all haven't heard. Everybody's talking about metaverse and this, but we're a level above metaverse. We're doing a virtual concerts online. We just joined with Mospit Live. They have millions and not billions of followers of the younger generation. They're past, everybody are talking about the younger generation, but the real younger generation and now are starting to go to concerts virtually, okay? Instead of, go to concert getting shooting or covert and stuff. So now this company called Mospit Live have joined with us, or joining with us, to be able to take virtual concerts, to be able to take the millenniums kids. You have the millenniums, now they're grown, now they're kids are who we're talking about, that's doing these virtual concerts. And you do not have to be there. You can be at home, and you can be part of a concert experience from your home as a kid. You're like 13, 14. This is the new wave that is taking over gaming online. It's becoming the biggest thing to be able to be a part of a concert and not be there. So if you go to our website, we're testing it for the first time. We're tying in a supercomputer here in Las Vegas, one of the biggest computers in the world. We're tying that into our live streamers to create a metaverse where you can beam yourself into the concert using MOSFET Live. If you go to livestreamers.com, you would actually see, you actually click and see a real live concert that was done. And I'm bringing this up because it's very important. See, we older. Matter of fact, I'm turning.
No, you're the only older.
Tomorrow.
He's the only older, okay?
Tomorrow I turn.
Forever.
Tomorrow I turn another year. But this is so far ahead of reality of what we're doing right now than even streaming is. Is that when I started streaming, no one knew what it was. What we finna do tomorrow is nobody really understands the concept.
Until today,
yes.
I don't think a lot of people understand. On that time that I was promoting the live streamers, we still have that event when the President Duterte joined us
yes.
in the Chamber of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
And the live streamers is basically your people can see other people from other countries that cannot access you. So let's say if you have the event, your family and friends can watch them through pay-per-view. It doesn't cost a lot of money. They can still enjoy it. And also the beauty about it, they can be part of the concert if they want to be.
Exactly. And another thing, we just joined up with GiveBucks. GiveBucks is a app that you pay with your phone, but you give back a percentage to a nonprofit. So right now we just had, which is great news I just received yesterday, Pacquiao's Foundation just joined in with us. And so now part of our concept is that you can pay 3 different ways right now. You can pay with cryptocurrency through BitPay. You can pay now through GiveBox, and you can pay through PayPal. So these are 3 ways. But the thing is that we're giving back to nonprofits, that have been hurt by the pandemic. They need money. And we're finna do a cage fight to donate money back. Nobody never did this before, and it's really controversial, but we love controversy. We're finna do a cage fight between the Crips, the Bloods, the Aryan Nation, and the Nazi lowriders. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. But you know what? Everybody people who have these fantastic ideas in the past, engineers like Benjamin Franklin with electricity, like Alexander Bell with the phone. When you do something that's so out of the world, people don't understand. What I'm doing right now, I just had the chaplains of the prisons of California. I just had 2 major churches. But nobody ever thought about this. You have the Crips, you have the Bloods, and you have the Aryan Nation, which hates the black people, and you have the Nazi lowrider. All of them are going to get in a cage fight, but we're going to donate money back to nonprofits. Why would they do that? See, here's the thing. Most of these people are old now, like me. The Bloods and the Crips are old. They got kids. They don't want kids to go into gangs and fights and stuff. The Bloods the same thing. The Bloods also grown. They got kids. They don't want to get drive-by shootings and stuff and sell crack and coke. So they're old people now, and they're talking more logically. So the Crips and the Bloods now say, look, how can we keep our kids from going out? I said, okay, well, what do we know how to do? They said, well, all of us know how to fight. That's cool. Let's use that God gives you, the ability to be able to defend yourself and do it in a positive way. And then I talked to the churches. Churches said, wow, this rehabilitation for these people, keep them out of prison. And then a black guy calling a white the Aryan Nation is part of, used to be, the Ku Klux Klan came out, they became Aryan Nation, the younger kids. They hate black people, but have a black guy talk to them.
So the Ku Klux Klans hate black people?
Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan was down south, which I grew up in Alabama, Huntsville, and we used to run and shoot at the Ku Klux Klan. They used to shoot at us. They would kill you in Alabama, and it was called the Ku Klux Klan. But their kids, like other kids, their kids became the Aryan Nation, which hates everybody except black people. I mean, except for white people. So I was able.
Let me interrupt you with that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. A lot of people are asking me, said, why do you like black people all the time? I said, huh? Don't think about it. They're black. They're human beings. We're all one.
No.
So God created us. Well, a lot of people doesn't believe that there's God, right?
Right.
But I believe He's in existence. You know, I mean, no matter what color you are, no matter what nationality you are, we should be embrace one another, love one another.
Arielle, in a
Another.
perfect world, but let me tell you, in reality,
Well, I know in
reality,
yes, right?
reality. I grew up with Martin Luther King. People read about him. He stayed at my house. Bloody Summer March. My family was in there. Okay, people would be hung because they look at a white person. Okay, y'all. I grew up when they had white bathrooms and black bathrooms. Okay, when you go in that bathroom, they will kill you for going in a white bathroom. Just like you have a woman's bathroom and a man's bathroom. In the South, where I grew up, this is not something in a book.
I went to your hands, Bill. You sent me there, right?
Right, I sure did.
So, I mean, Bruce was there.
Right.
Hi, Bruce Gaddett from 23.2, Take Over Vegas Radio. He showed me around. He showed me the university, the only black people.
A&M University.
Yeah.
Alabama A&M.
And then he showed me the white people university.
Right.
But on that time, he said there's one white person went to that black university.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of amazing things through the 60s. From the 60s to, I guess, the 70s, Martin Luther King, of course, was assassinated and things in that nature. In reality, excuse me, sir, in reality, down south was very dangerous if you was a black person. So let me give you a little my background, then I diverse.
Go
really
ahead,
quick.
Do that, and,
Okay.
While I'm doing that, I'm gonna step
Take
away.
this phone with me if you can.
No, you have to turn off.
Anyway, let me give y'all a little bit of my background. I was I was born in Cleveland. I was taken by my grandmother and brought to Alabama with my other siblings. We was brought in the country of Alabama by Athens. Okay, so I'm going to go from there. We end up moving. My father ended up found him dead in the parking lot, or he killed. I didn't know. So either way, we qualified to move up to the projects. The project's name was called Northwood. Northwood was one of the worstest, baddest, meanest projects that you can find, along with Mason Court. We would fight against other projects such as Mason Court, Benford Court, Council Court. All of us had a gang leader. I was one of the gang leaders in Northwood with a few of my other friends, Harry Robinson and a few other people, that we would defend or fight at the skating rink. Now, what relevance is that? The relevance is that not only we would fight against each other, we would fight against Ku Klux Klan. I remember one time me and my friend Harry Robinson, we was walking, Ku Klux Klan came up in a truck. Harry come back, fired out with 22, boom, boom. And so we went through that type of stuff, you know. And me personally, I was bad at. I mean, I carried a 20-gauge sawed-off shotgun and nunchucks. I didn't play back in the day. In reality, the Marine Corps made me nice, or maybe too nice. But in reality, where we're at today compared to yesterday. Again, I had a meeting with here in Vegas with the Bloods and the Crips. I had a discussion with Dennis Martinez, who is a chaplain for the prison systems here in Southern California, and he was able to talk to the Aryan Nation leader and the Nazi lowriders. And we might even have the Mexicans, mafia people come in with their fighters. So the idea is very simple. We're going to set up a cage fight here. And we're still trying to think where we want to set it up, maybe in Long Beach, maybe in Mexico. Either way, we're going to stream it online, pay-per-view. But the idea is to be able to raise money for nonprofit organizations and be able to donate back to these organizations and be able to help them in a time of need in this covert environment. A lot of nonprofits have not been able to get money as they did in the past because of COVID. So what we want to do is change that. How are we going to change that? We're going to take the lowriders, the Nazi lowriders, the Aryan Nation, the Bloods and the Crips, and put them in a cage and have a cage fight on livestreamers.com. Nobody never did that. I got so many people, negative and positive, calling me about it. But we're going to change the way we do this. Now, why I'm doing this? I used to have a contract with Avenal Prison. I used to have a contract with Chuckawalla Prison. I had a contract with the police department. But you know what? When I go out as a contractor to these locations, I would see nothing but black people and Mexican people and probably about 5 white people. And every time I got ready to leave these prisons as a contractor, you know, I had a contract with Chuckawalla for 200-some computers. But when I leave, I would feel so guilty. So now, because I felt...
Why do you feel guilty? Why do you think we cannot...
Because I'm a free black man and run my own business.
Well, I know every time that we drove and we go places, and then you saw the police in a highway patrol, you had to pull over. You're so scared. I said, Dennis, stop it. My God. And you keep saying, Arielle, you don't know about black people. You don't know. That policeman pulled me over. They're going to talk about you. He said, are you okay, ma'am?
Yeah. And so giving an example, me and Arielle had decided to go down to Texas and drive down there, and police, well, I would see police and I get really nervous. And why are you so, they're your friends. What are you talking about? Arielle, they're not my friends. Let me tell you, they pull me and you over, the first thing they're going to say is that they're going to think you're a hostage, that I'm robbing you or something. Second of all, a lot of times we get pulled over, they kill us. There ain't no joke. People think it's funny and think it's the Me Too movement. But in reality, there's so many black people being killed by police.
Okay, what do you think is the message that the people who created BLM? Do you think so the BLM is for the black people?
I think BLM, Black Lives Matter, is the younger generation of the Martin Luther King movement. And they just basically say, hey, look, you know what? Before cell phones, we would get killed. Nobody even know about it. They're like, we pulled him over and he tried to take it. See, here's the only difference between the Black Lives Matter now. We have cell phones that we can record. You know, when a police kill you, somebody happened to have a cell phone, like George Floyd. Do you think George Floyd right now would be anything if someone didn't have that recording of the video? So happens, and this is how the Black Lives Matter movement started. It's because black people get pulled over. They don't get a ticket. They get killed. Okay? And I'm going to go back to the prisons what I'm talking about. When you go to Chuckawalla Prison, which is one of the federal prisons here in California, I was a contractor at a computer. Every time I go out to these locations, you see a whole bunch of black people, and you see very little white people, and you see Mexicans. Because the 3 strikes law in California was called, you get a ticket for jail walk, get a ticket for stealing, you got 3 strikes, you go to jail for 8 years. But see, there's an industry behind that. When you go to prison, you work for 50 cents a day compared to $14 an hour. There's an industry that's all about the prison system. And this is what we're finna change right now. I'm finna bring about the biggest cage fight in the United States history. This is finna be legend. And we're gonna have the virtual concert as halftime. Nobody never did this before. And why? Because when you get out of prison, you know what when you get out of prison? First of all, they give you about $100. Okay, what can you do with $100, right? You've been spent your life in prison,
well,
now you get out.
Actually, when you spend time in prison, you don't have a chance to go to work because you're convicted felon. You
convicted felon because there's a 3 strikes law. They got you working for 50 cents an hour, and you're a nigger or a black guy in prison that has no hope. And then when you get out, you think, I get out of prison, you got hope? No. Why do you find out more black people go back to prison? Because you get out, you can't get a job because you got a felony. You can't get no work. You can't get on welfare or Social Security because you cannot, you don't qualify if you got a felony. So what I'm finna do, I'm finna change the dynamics, baby. I'm finna change the whole dynamics of that whole thing. I'm gonna take our disenfranchised black people that's in prison, called the Bloods and the Crips or whatever you want to call them, I'm gonna get them out and get them money. And they can take that money. How does that work? Well, when they're in their cage fight, no matter what, they're going to get $7,000. But not only that, we're going to make an NTS one of these new types of money.
They're actually strong because they always exercise.
Right. But but strong.
The prison, they're always make them wake up early. And
yeah, but it's wrong. We got black people and Spanish people in prison for some of these haven't been. I mean, misdemeanors that just should be like marijuana. Half of do you believe half our people in there in prison right now is probably because of marijuana? Now it's okay, it's illegal.
It's legal.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing back in the day.
No. The marijuana is still not legal.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's federal.
But from the but I'm saying.
But it's still, you know what? You're right.
Okay.
It's still because it is migrated to, they call it CBD.
Yeah.
But that still came from the marijuana.
Right. But I'm saying, I just want to tell you, we got so many black people just in prison because of marijuana. What the hell? That's messed up. See, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, I'm going to break it down because I can get Danny Boy with you quick, okay? Dennis is my government name, but Danny Boy is my street name. I don't play around with Danny Boy. So I'm going to get real with you. We have too many Bloods, Crips, and we got too many people in prison working for 50 cents a day that should be out here in the streets making money and taking care of their family. And they can't do it.
Wait, you cannot say that. I mean, you're right. Probably half or 1/3 of the just misdemeanor, they're in jail, but some of them are bad.
Well, look.
Not all of them.
No, but this is what I'm saying. See, I'm saying because I've been to prison as a contractor. I worked for Chuckawalla. I did computers for Chuckawalla. I did Avenal Prison. I sold those VCRs. I worked with Chino, TVs. So I ain't talking about a perspective. I'm talking about reality. Okay, reality, you go to Chuckawalla prison, you see blacks and Mexicans, you see 5 whites. What's wrong with that? You tell me. What's wrong with that? And then they work for maybe 50 cents a day, and they should be getting $14 an hour. And you know what happens? Chino. Give me an example. Chino is a prison in Southern California. That prison is known for making meat. They have cows, they slaughter cows, and they turn around and they make meat, and they sell it to the grocery stores. And the grocery stores buys it. Instead of having people working for $14 an hour, they just got this meat created for 50 cents an hour. So prison is an industry. But let me go back. I'm going to leave it up. I'm getting out. I'm going to leave it up.
Forget about let's not talk about the black.
Okay, I won't go back.
The Mexican,
okay.
the Filipino, or whatever.
I want to talk about the cage fight.
Reality.
Okay,
let's talk about the cage fight because I don't think they're going to get mad at us. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe one day we will invite some of the government. We will invite probably President, Biden. Let's talk to President Biden. President Biden. Also in prison, there is a discrimination. Maybe we can address that. Let's talk about your black box.
Okay, I'm going to get back on the black. But I want to say one more thing because you brought it up.
Okay.
There's a war between Russia and Ukraine right now. And I feel sympathetic to the Ukraine. But also, we just put $800 million.
Wait
No, I got to say this. I have to say this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel sympathy, and I'm a warrior. I was a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps, so I'll fight for this country and will die for this country. But I feel, right now, we're giving away $800 million, and we're giving away millions of dollars to another country when we got people laying in the streets in L.A. that's homeless. I can't see that, man. I mean...
You know what?
That's wrong.
Wait, Dennis.
Yeah.
Every running candidate, every year or every 4 years, all the running candidates, from city council, from lieutenant governor, from the mayor, from the governor, everybody said, I will clean the street. Also, probably Pelosi, the vice president Kamala Harris, before she was a VP, she was a senator. What their promises to their town? It should be not just one town, it should be the whole country of United States.
Yes.
And every city in every town. Yes, on the 4th, 5th, 6th Street, OMG, all the homeless is there. That's their hometowns, okay? And when I went to Sacramento the other day, a week ago, from the, I think, 7th Street or 6th Street also, it's the lineup of the homeless. But you know what? The government has the program We have so many lands. We have so big land. Sacramento has a big land.
Yes.
Sacramento is really, they're empty still. Why not create a housing? You're right. But
Well,
every candidate, they're
yeah,
using this platform.
to get in the office
Yeah, to get into the office and sit down in the office.
and
By
don't do
the time
anything.
they're sitting down there, they forgot their promises.
Yeah.
I promise I'll take care of the veterans.
Right.
I promise I'll take care of the homeless. I promise I'll give more jobs. I promise I will lower the taxes. I promise I can bring more businesses to have the community, have the education, have everything. But where are they? After they sit, they forget you. In
That's
fact,
true.
they will
But
you call them, you can even talk to
to
them.
yeah,
They will
exactly.
tell you, call my secretary
Terry, yeah.
and make an appointment.
Because
That's
they get
the
in office
promises
now.
that they're doing.
But
That's why it's so hard for us that these people are making promises and they're just really, really like when you're young, they will connive your brain, train your brain. Hey, vote for me.
right, right.
I'll do my job. But what happened to the governor? What happened to the president? What happened to the vice president? What happened to the senator? What happened to the Congress? Where are they now? They're just collecting their salary and they do nothing.
Well, this is what I say, Ariel. Look, we can talk about what they're not doing, but what are we going to do? Okay?
What are we gonna do
This is
with
what
this?
I'm going to do. I'm setting up this cage fight to bring prisoners and people, give them a new life, rehabilitate. All right? I'm going to take that money and give it back to donations to take homeless off the street. That's what we can do as a people. Okay? Martin Luther King said one day that one day we as a people will rise up and become one nation. Basically, a race, all races will hold hands together and become one human.
Well,
So now I'm
remember,
saying right now to you, we can sit back and talk about what everybody else ain't doing, but
no,
what
no,
are
no.
you not doing?
Remember
Right?
they said there's no black president yet. Obama sit there twice, 2 terms.
Yeah.
Are you guys happy to his 2 terms?
Well, I don't know. I can't judge what Obama or Clinton or Donald Trump do. I'm saying as an American, an African American who have built this country, we got to change. Like like Michael Jackson. Look at the mirror. Look in the mirror and make a change, right? So I'm saying this cage fight, be a part of it. It's going to be history making. It's going to be so much advanced technology involved in this. We're going to be doing a concert, a virtual concert, inside a mixed martial arts cage fight. Ain't never been done before. And we're going to take the money and donate back to nonprofits because you want to be about it, let's be about it. Or you want to be a talk about it, then go talk about it. But let's be about it. Let's be real with it.
That's Dennis.
Check that.
Dennis created this black box in the satellite. So either you don't have an internet to where you at, there you go. We can offer that to you guys, satellite and black box together, so you can stream wherever you at. But anyway, let's go back to our concert. Hashtag the Hangouts. That's gonna be May 21 at Alexis Park, 375 East Harmon here in Las Vegas. So diverse concert. And also, if you are looking to have the type of product that works with you, Somaderm. Okay, I'm part of the Somaderm. And also the GS Partners and Hyperverse. GS Partners is also a cryptocurrency and they also have mining in one, everything, and also real estate. And as I said, if you want to be part of the Somaderm, call me. Somaderm works with me. I cannot say more about Somaderms because the Somaderm company watches me and I cannot say anything claiming something, but Somaderm works to me. Alright? And also, Dennis.
Let me say one last thing.
No, not yet.
We're not done.
Arielle Livetv, if you want to have a mag, you want to join me here in my studio at 1601 South Rainbow. And also healthcare. If you're looking to have your family and friends to be care, come join us in our healthcare. So,
All right.
Dennis, thank you so much for sharing with me. The reason I invited Dennis to my studio, Dennis created the live streamers through Blockbox and satellite. That's what we want to talk about. And I don't know why we end up going to the Blackpink thing. But you know what? We should be.
Let me go back to the black box.
Black box. Yeah,
Okay.
let's go back to
All
the
right.
black box.
Let me go.
Better. Otherwise, they're gonna kill me.
First of all, I just want y'all to understand that my street name is Danny Boy. Okay, so I just wanted to get that straight out. Okay, Northwood Projects in the house, baby. But anyway, the black box was a concept to be able to bring churches that don't have capability of broadcasting themselves. What is the black box? The black box is simply a system that has the software. It's a mini computer. You can do anything a computer can do, except it's really small, and it takes in cameras and convert that camera into a coding, which can be able to be transmitted. So it's pretty simple. It's about big as your hand. I developed that initially back in 1989.
1989. Right?
Yeah, 1989. It started with a full system, and I ended up working with the Church of God in Christ. And God in Christ kind of said, well, that system should be more smaller to fit in the pew. And I said, okay. So I turned around and built it, kept making it smaller. And then I got a call from T-Rex, which is he's bad. They call him a hacker. He's the most known hacker in the world.
Let's talk about the streaming. I'm sorry.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Because we're promoting the streaming,
okay,
the black box, the satellite.
Okay.
So right now, my show, Arielle Livetv, can be seen on YouTube, Arielle Livetv YouTube, and also Arielle Livetv Facebook, and then livestreamer.com. So we trigger it to 3 social media right now. In fact, the website that we have, so if you go to my YouTube channel, just go Arielle Livetv, and the Facebook, Arielle Livetv, and the livestreamers.com. So that's the beauty about of the live streamers and the black box and the satellite that invented by Dennis since 1989. On that time, people doesn't think. When I went to the Philippines, that was 2016, I believe. Nothing is popular on the live streamers, but I brought the live streamers with me.
You sure did.
And then I shoot the event.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work because on the live streamers, I don't know if we can eliminate it. You need to have the computer, you need to have this device. I think if we can create it in one.
Well, we could do that, but
we should be able to do that, right?
Well, I'm finna come. First of all, I'm an electronic engineer. I have an electronic engineering degree from Skadron College, and also a electronic technology degree from National Education Center. In addition, working for Dow Jones. So I am, and then again, I am a military contractor. I work for the Pentagon, FAA, CIA, and Quantico in technology and many other agencies. I'm known in technology. But remember, I created this box back in 1989. And so my new dynamics of our new technology is going to be really more advanced. It's going to be smaller. It's going to be more revolutionary in technology. I'm coming out with a system that is so far in the future that it would knock off anything that you can even think about. First of all, it's going to have virtual reality where you think it, it becomes it. So the box will actually use a sensor that will link into your actual, basically your mind, thoughts, and it will create whatever you think. In addition, the new box is connected to a supercomputer that can calculate any system in the world by moving zeros and ones. Because everything you do today, every system has a microcomputer that works off of zeros and ones. So our new black box, I'm telling you that we're coming out with a new box that's so futuristic that no one can even comprehend the capability of this new system. Okay, this system is going to be connected to a supercomputer here in Las Vegas, the most fastest computer in the world. It's going to have satellite capabilities anywhere. It's going to have artificial intelligence where it actually learns. Okay, but it also has the capability of being able to be a virtual world. You set it down. You set it. Here's a black box. You set it down, and it becomes a movie theater in itself, like a virtual world. And now, whatever you're thinking, that becomes that world. There is nobody. And the reason
that's in the making, right?
That's in the making. Right now, the Pentagon, there's a lot of agencies that are looking at my technology right now. We're looking at a grant for a grant that we finna tie this in for $500 million. It is the new technology. It's more advanced than any weapon system here in the United States, including nuclear, laser, This technology is AI, artificial intelligence. In addition, it is still a black box, but it's
Well,
100.
you should not disclose it more.
Well, I'm going to disclose it because I ain't worried about anybody trying to copy it. Because right now, when I designed this, I am designing. It's not if I'm designing. The new technology, you talking about metaverse. Metaverse seems like it's something in history. When I get done, metaverse is a word now. Facebook going to metaverse. Metaverse is just basically a virtual world that you can participate in. But our system creates the virtual world. Okay, basically you set the box down, and the box has switches. You set it down to activate.
Put that Coke. Coke doesn't pay out.
Well, give me this. Okay, you set the black box down. This is the new version. It activates, and it asks you, what do you want? It's like it would ask you. Okay, it has voice recognition. You tell it, I miss my mother. We was at this location. And then he'll link your thoughts, and it would actually create that location with your mother. Okay, y'all think this is real? What I'm talking about, all right? You don't. This is very futuristic, but a long time ago when somebody told you there was a cell phone, and you would think that's no way, because your mind has not comprehended what technology can do today. And again, I'm an electronic engineer. I'm going to bring the day into tomorrow to you through the new black box. So the new black box, you set it down, and a glow will come out like a movie theater. Boom. Right? Like a holograph.
Yeah,
boom.
Holograms are holograms.
Okay. But see, here's the thing. All this technology still exists, but nobody never put it into one system. When Tupac did that concert out there, he did a hologram.
Siri,
right.
Siri.
So now you're trying to Siri, all you're doing is audio. So you talking to it, say, okay, I miss my mom. Your mother been dead, or whoever. And all of a sudden, holograph comes out the box, and it uses GPS to measure how big you are, and it looks just like your mom talking to you, and it's going to measure your height and make your mom appear to you in her height, right? Like you talking to your mom. You think that's crazy? No. All I'm doing is taking video conferencing like you're doing Skype, and I'm reflecting it back up out the box so you can talk to your mom, and it's taking the memory of your mother and actually using AI through a supercomputer and redeveloping your mother into a digital format.
There you go.
Right?
So that's a beauty.
Anyway.
So the live streamers, black box, and the satellite.
The futuristic one. We have one. So let me be clear. We have one that connects to satellite now. Okay? We created that back in 1989. We're so far ahead of our time.
If you're interested to have your show live, so right now you can watch me at YouTube, Arielle Livetv, and you can watch me on Facebook, Arielle Livetv, and also livestreamer.com, Arielle Livetv. Arielle Livetv Network, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
livestreamers.com in the house, baby.
To YouTube and connected to the Facebook. So you can, if your people doesn't have any Twitter, I remove it to Twitter, I move it to YouTube. So if the people wants for you to be watched live, no editing, but of course a lot of people are doing it to sell it to YouTube or Facebook. Facebook pays now with a commercial if you have 100 or million viewers. So on this one, if you want to have your shows live, then come and check it out at 1601 South Rainbow, Suite 250 here in Las Vegas, or wherever you at if you want to have your own shows. It's live, so you don't have to do editing. We also have a segment, so if you have a commercial, we can do commercial. We can also do green screen. We have green screen. You just have to send your commercial or anything you want to post it to your shows. We can do that too. So if you only want to do 40 minutes, and then the rest are the commercial, we can do that. So that's the beauty about the live streamers. It triggers and it's not taping. And hey, if you want to be seen, come and check it out. But Dennis, thank you so much for your invention, because
I just want to say one last thing, I promise. I want everybody to understand that we're finna do a legendary cage fight on livestreamers.com. That cage fight is going to be the Bloods, the Crips, the Aryan Nation, and the Lowriders fighting in a cage, and that money will go to a nonprofit. So be a part of it. Don't be about it, but be about it and be a part of it. Understand?
all right. Somaderm, if you want to get involved with Somaderm, let me know. Somaderm can do a lot of things uh, in your body. How about that? I don't know. I don't want to say nothing. Just find out how to get involved with Somaderm. And also, thank you so much to all the viewers around the world. My
Peace
nephew
out.
is watching from Dubai. I mean,
Peace out.
Saudi, no other than Dennis. Dennis Santiago is the son of my sister who passed away 2016
Oh, wow.
after May. And also, Jonalyn, thank you so much for watching, and other people around the world who's watching Arielle Live TV. So if you want to join us, it's live. And also, don't forget, May 13, 14, and 15, Judith and Michael Bolda has the Las Vegas Filipino American Festival. Everybody are welcome to join. If you buy the ticket now, it's $7 online. If you buy the ticket on the door, it's $10. We will be there. We're going to be servicing the community. And also, hashtag the Hangouts. This is going to be May 21 at Alexis Park, the 5 Tinting Men. They're tempting. Anyway, Mystica, I love you. See you soon. Hope to meet you. Hope to see you soon. And all the artists is here. Jimmy Allgood, Jonalyn Bermudez, Bon and the two Monique and Taki might not be joining. Melodic, of course, Eddie Cloris, who is an inventor, and he's a 3 times drummer, winner in a scholarship, and the Doo-Woppers and Melodic. And I would just want to say thank you to Maria Tess, one of my line producer, Diane Gordon, one of my line producer, and of course to all the people who will be there. And let's have a good time. 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And Dennis, anything else you want to say?
I want to say, I want to holler at my friends that I grew up with in the gang that was part of my crew. Harry Robinson, I miss you, bro. I know you know what I'm saying. I know what you've been through. Earl, Earl, my brother and stuff. I want to say Ronald O'Donnell, all the cats that ran with me in Northwood projects. And I'm very proud of y'all. A lot of y'all went on to be part of major agencies and stuff, even though we had a pretty serious life in the projects and stuff, And, everybody know I used to carry 9 chucks, and I was pretty rough back in the day. But you know what? God has a plan for you and me and everyone. And believe me that God have given you and I a gift, whether you choose to use that gift or not, to a better society and the world. That's what I want to be able to do. And with my last thoughts here, I turn another age tomorrow. And I'm going to say it's not the money you have, because you can't take it with you. Seriously, you can't. When somebody puts you in this black box, you can't take that money with you. But I'm going to tell you what you can do. The things you do to affect others, impacting social change around the world, that keeps living. That goes through kids. And you think about the great inventors in the past, like Benjamin Franklin, like Alexander Bell, their technology kept on transitioning after they died. So when I die, like I said, I'm not afraid to die. But if I die,
bad horse doesn't die easy.
That's right. But I would say I don't want anybody to cry when I die. What I want y'all to understand that the black box is a creation to impact social change and help people worldwide. It's not trying to make money in my pocket. Because I say you can't take money with you. But the things you do, like Alexander Bell with the telephone. You use the telephone, not a cell phone. Benjamin Franklin, you turn on your lights. That's what I want to be remembered by. I don't want to be remembered because I'm a rich billionaire, a trillionaire. And
hey, look at what's his name? The Apple.
All these, Bill Gates,
No, not
and
Bill Gates,
he
died.
Right.
With,
Bottom line is that all of us have a gift that God has given you. Try to use that gift not to make money, but to also just impact social change around the world.
Yeah, that's what he said. You create a job not just because you want to be rich, it's because you can help.
Steve Jobs, by the way, was she said it's Steve Jobs, and all these people, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. I was around probably before them in technology, but because I'm a black man, it's been very hard. But I'm going to tell you something. If Danny Boy die, that's my street name, I don't play. But I'm going to tell you, don't, everybody going to die. Don't be afraid of it. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've been caught on fire. I've been hit by a car. So I'm saying is that life can take your life at any time. But the things you have done, hopefully that will impact kids in the future.
Let's talk about your invention. You're interested to know more about the black box and the satellite, and you can be seen around the world, and also you can be seen live, that you don't have to tape it wherever you at, wherever you want to do your own show. It can trigger to YouTube, it can trigger to Facebook, it can trigger to your website. It also can trigger to channel, whatever, CAC channel or Fox 5, channel 13. It's going to cost money to satellite with them. But why use them if you can actually stream and be seen around the world?
And 162 countries. Correct. But in addition, let me get more descriptive with the black box and stuff. One, it really is a mini computer system. And in Dynamics, it has software that you can record. I can record video with anything, Adobe Premiere, and you can record the video into a hard drive. And then it compresses the video into live format if you want to. But really, when it comes down to it, it's a computer. Just like your cell phone is a computer, just like your car is driven by a computer. It is a very intelligent computer that can link into a supercomputer and to satellites around the world. That's why it's such an amazing system. Right. It is something that we finna develop even more into AI, artificial intelligence. We're finna do virtual reality. It's going to be able to do a lot of different things that no technology right now can do, including it's going to be as far as voice recognition, Siri, that makes Siri look like something out of a cave. So we're finna drop a very serious system that probably is going to affect mankind when I think about it. And just like Benjamin Franklin with the phone, this technology is going to revolutionize our future and our past to be able to bring people together under God all over the world. Amen.
Well, happy birthday, Dennis Matthews, and hopefully your inventions, can people access it? Yes. Can people have it? Yes. To find out how to own your own black box and also satellite, that you're not going to need the internet anymore if you are in other country or any state or whatever.
We create internet where people can't get internet.
Correct.
And be able to stream, bring in telehealth, telecare. There's a lot of other applications that we are a part of, not just streaming, but we also telehealth, telecare, those things that be able to help people worldwide. I'm about doing something for our world. And that's what Martin Luther King said. One day we will hold hands as one race, human. And I don't care. When I die, don't cry for me. What you're going to do is stuff is say, hey, one going down for the homie. But understand my technology.
I'm going to play rock and roll.
No. Yeah? If anything happened to me, I want y'all to, you don't have to come to my funeral. If you want to, great. But this is what, no.
My life insurance first.
No, this is what, honestly, if something happened to me, I want y'all to sing, listen to this song. It says,
We Are the World?
No.
Which one?
Hold My Hand, Precious Lord. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that song. No, seriously. Martin Luther King, when he got killed that day, remember he said that he said, I might not be with you. The night before he died, he knew he was going to die. He said, I might not be with you, but I've seen. And the next day, he was down, and he was out on the balcony. And this pastor, this guy comes up, and right before he gets shot, and he looks down, he says to Ben, I think his name was Ben. He said, Ben, he said, I want you tomorrow, I want you to play Take My Hand, Precious Lord. And Ben looked up at him as he said, yes, the bullet hit him in the neck and killed Martin Luther King. All great black people, I don't know about white people, but every black person that I aware of that wants to have this song at their funeral. Okay, you can go back and you'll see a lot of. You type that in is "Precious Lord, Take My Hand." It is a known song for leaders, and I want that song. You don't have to come to my funeral. Just take your cell phone, type in "Take My Hand, Precious Lord." And again, that's the last song that Martin Luther King requested.
Thank you so much for that. People are gonna get mad at us now. We're just talking about black, but anyway, congratulations to the running candidate in Hawaii, no other than Paul Morgan, Governor of Hawaii. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Paul Morgan right now via text, and I introduced him to some people that I know live in Hawaii. So Paul Morgan, running candidate, governor in Hawaii. Congratulations for that. Hopefully you win. So you guys' dream come true. And also some of the running candidates here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Please do your job, whatever you promise. If you promise to bring the star down, make that happen. But if you promise to bring job, make that happen. If you promise to lower the taxes, make that happen. If you promise that the gas go back to the lower price, make that happen. If you promise that they're not gonna have a recession, or the housing will go drop, make that happen. Everybody are making the dreams come true, but nothing deliver. But anyway, congratulations to whoever is gonna be the winner of the governor here in Nevada, and of course my dear friend Richard Iscati, a former judge running for the SOS. So thank you so much to all the viewers, and thank you so much. If you want to join our network, come join us here and check it out. And thank you to Jay Silva, one of my sponsor of Arielle Livetv, and of course live streamer Dennis Matthews, and to all the viewers out there, join us.
I got to say, my brother, Frank James, I got to say something to him, my brother.
Go ahead.
Okay. Frank James is, he brought the Bloods and Crips together the first time, a truce. He's been in 700 Club. He's run for mayor in Birmingham. He's my real brother, Frank James Matthews. I want to say, normally we don't get along that well sometimes, but I love him. And my sister, Joanne, and Samantha, my niece and stuff, I want to thank them. And plus, you have Val, you have Suki, you have all these different people that has been part of the past and hopefully be part of the future. And I want to thank everybody for praying for me when I called COVID 3 times. Okay, so God wants me around here for something, and stuff. So hopefully I can deliver. Again, tomorrow's my birthday, and I hope to make a change in this world. Look in the mirror like Michael Jackson said.
Well, now people think now that the live streamer, but in the past they didn't even think about it.
True.
What I'm doing right now on my cell phone, that's the beauty about it. You can watch it through livestreamer.com. I'm checking on it right now, but I couldn't find it, Dennis.
It's there. You gotta go to the channel.
YouTube channel, Arielle Livetv. There you can watch it, and Facebook, and whatever channel you want to trigger your shows live.
Yeah.
So this is no editing.
Right.
People can actually watch it right away.
You have to choose your channel. But anyway, I want to thank y'all again. I really appreciate the support that I have in the past with everybody. I'm a godfather of streaming. We started back in 1989. Before the internet, there was dial-up AOL, and we were streaming on dial-up modems into Michoacan, Mexico. So we are the godfather of streaming media, and we are one of the first that has pay-per-view globally. Okay, so think about it. You got let's say you got 1 million people at $7. That's $7 million, right? Something of that nature that you can make with pay-per-view. But our goal with our pay-per-view is to donate back to nonprofits to be able to cause a change in this world. Okay, so we ain't just about the money. We're about changing people's lives. Like nobody would never take on the Bloods, the Crips, and the Aryan Nation and the Nazi lowriders That's one I never heard of. But we're going to turn
Well,
around.
maybe we can talk about that later, Dennis.
Cool.
We're giving so much to
Information,
know,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
talk about
Cool.
your black box, 162 countries. The reason is 162 countries. We send the box there. And if you go to livestreamer.com, you can see who are watching. And there's a light,
Yeah.
blinking light on the global. That those the countries that we have black box. So black box and satellite together. So once again, this is Arielle Livetv, and thank you so much for watching and joining
Peace
me
out.
today. Next time you can join and you can make a comment. And if you want to have your shows, you can have a commercial, you can have the green screen, you can have anything you want. Right, Dennis?
That's right.
All right.
Live streaming is the house, baby. Live streaming is the house, baby. Woo!
Happy birthday once again, Dennis.
162 countries.
And yes.
Cool.
And thank you to all my sponsors, especially Jess Silva and Dennis Matthews. And of course, our shows, don't forget, buy your ticket now. I give you guys a deal. There you go.
All right, a deal.
Yes.
Cool.